Now at 9, the city of Joplin announces plans for a $375 million multi-purpose development.
The TSA braces for one of its busiest travel seasons in years. I'm Jonathan Hunt in Los Angeles. I've got the details coming up.
And Planned Parenthood plans to open a clinic in Pittsburgh. We'll have the details.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A land development project may be the biggest the city of Joplin has seen in more than 50 years. This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Property developer Woodsonia Real Estate Incorporated proposes an approximately $375 million mixed-use development. If built, it would be the largest such project in the city of Joplin since the 2011 tornado, or even since the opening of the North Park Mall in 1972. The project, dubbed Prospect Village, will redevelop more than 78 acres to include a large indoor and outdoor sports complex, parkland, and a trail with water features, anchor retail space, 350 units of multifamily housing, hotels, and additional retail spaces. The project will be located on the former site of the International Paper Company, land which has been unused for decades. The Joplin City Council will hear the full proposal at its May 20th meeting. A new health center offering services that include abortion is set to open in Pittsburgh. This comes as abortion services in nearby states are outlawed or restricted. KOAM's Amber Jenkins spoke with some citizens from Pittsburgh about their thoughts on the clinic.
Comprehensive Health of Planned Parenthood Great Plains announced a new health center in Pittsburgh. The clinic will offer abortion services, STI and HIV testing, and more. According to the CEO of Planned Parenthood Great Plains, Pittsburgh's location improves rural access, saying, quote, "The opening of our new health center in Pittsburgh underscores our dedication to empowering communities and ensuring that individuals have the resources to make informed decisions about their health and future." In August 2022, 55% of Crawford County voters supported protecting abortion access. Pittsburgh citizens remain split on the issue, and now the future clinic.
But a few Kansans don't speak for all of us.
I hope so. It would be closer to home, wouldn't it?
Those who do not support the new clinic says their biggest concern is the abortion services being offered.
In Wichita, there's a lot of people coming to that area for those services, and of course I'm not for abortion, so.
We believe that every child has the right to life. We do believe that parents have rights, but when you just murder a baby.
The center will be the 4th Planned Parenthood clinic in the state of Kansas. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a pretty nice day for us today. Of course, we had the showers, we had the thunderstorms across the region last night, but we still made it up to 74 degrees. Average high is 77, so pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. And of course, we got some heavy amounts of rain, about 3/4 of an inch at the airport in Joplin, puts us over 3 inches of rain. Of course, some areas have picked up a lot of rain over the past month or so. Officially, we are 1 inch behind, but we've been kind of closing that gap pretty well. All right, most of us tonight dry. You may get a few isolated little guys in our southern counties, but as we go through the morning hours, we drop back into lower 60s, and then we're going to start to warm up over the next few days. Still some rain chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Crawford County, Kansas officials have invited the public to a series of meetings designed to address the current and future needs of US 69 in Crawford County. The meetings will consist of stakeholder and public input, as well as traffic and safety data. The first of these meetings was held today in Pittsburgh.
All we've heard so far is they don't want the western bypass that was reviewed and looked at in the early 2000s. That's why we're here now, to get the public's feedback. What do they want? What are they looking for now?
Would be to build a new freeway, expressway current, safe, modern, efficient highway. And I think that doing that along the existing bypass is not the best way or the best place to do it.
For a complete schedule of upcoming meetings, just head over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, Kansas is getting ready to kick off the 100th Route 66 anniversary celebration. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
This is a big season for tourism. This from about April to September, October, we get a lot of tourism on Route 66. So that's a yearly thing that happens.
But this year, things are getting bigger as tourists are gearing up for America's Main Street Centennial in a year and a half.
We have lots of car clubs coming through. We have lots of people from out of the country that come through, and they stop at a lot of the major destinations all along Route 66.
Kansas' 13.2 miles of Route 66 is being revitalized for the upcoming extra influx, expected to start soon. From getting new paint on the pavement to having new signs for travelers to enjoy.
Now I'm walking through, but you can also drive through one of the new attractions on Route 66 here in Galena that is nearby, an attraction that is very familiar to Route 66 lovers.
The new sign is still a work in progress. It sits next to Cars on the Route, a popular spot for pictures. Another smaller shield will be placed on Galena's Main Street. The goal of both is the same.
It brings more attention to an iconic, historic piece of Americana, and it needs to be saved because there's more people that are interested in it. And it does hold so much history that a lot of our young generations don't know about.
Considered the protector of some Kansas Route 66 attractions, Jim Walker invites not only travelers, but also locals to explore the piece of history in southeast Kansas.
So they'll get to see this little park, Cars on the Route, Aaron's gas station up here 1 block, Rainbow Curve Bridge, come right into Baxter Visitor Center, take it right into Oklahoma.
The coolest thing are the people that you're going to meet. It's not so much what we have, but what the others come to see here. And we can learn just as much from them as they can from our heritage and what we have here.
For Walker, it is hard to choose between one attraction.
What's your favorite part?
Everything.
In Galena, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Well, Galena will hold an event tomorrow to reveal one of the 2 new Route 66 signs. A Lifetime Achievement Award will also be presented to Dean Crazy Legs Walker. The event will also have live music and food. Well, this month's Third Thursday theme was everything Route 66. South Main Street was lined with specially detailed cars. New and old school models all in attendance for the event. Bands, food vendors alike all showcased their talents. And you could say that's what the people came for.
My favorite thing about Third Thursday is the food, because I become a food critic, the food critic, not a food critic, the food critic. I go to every place as often as I can. I like to go to different spots every Third Thursday, but unfortunately last Third Thursday, it rained, everybody shut down early, but today I'm here. I'm here for it today, that's for sure. I'm eating everything.
Good food, too. Next month's theme is You Belong Celebration. Coming up, a possible weight loss drug benefit.
To look at its drugs' impacts on alcohol-related liver disease. I'm Jonathan Sari in Atlanta. I'll have details coming up.
Enjoy the fun. Well, your mother probably told you to eat your vegetables, and mother knows best. An umbrella review published in the journal PLOS ONE found that overall vegetarian and vegan diets were associated with better cardiovascular health and cancer risk. However, among pregnant women, those who followed plant-based diets faced no difference in risk of gestational diabetes and hypertension compared to those who did not. Well, the company behind Ozempic is studying the possibility that the weight loss drug could also lead to less drinking. Fox News senior correspondent Jonathan Sari is in Atlanta with the latest.
With an estimated 1 in 8 adults today using Ozempic or a similar glucagon-like peptide drug.
I use it as a tool.
The company behind the popular medication used for diabetes control and weight loss says it's now studying the possibility of additional benefits, including whether the drugs can improve liver health. A newly announced trial led by Novo Nordisk is looking at the impacts of the drug on alcohol-related liver disease. Although cutting drinking is not the study's main goal, already several separate clinical trials examining whether semaglutide, the active ingredient, reduces cravings of alcohol, have shown positive results.
It's exciting.
At Oklahoma State University, the director of the Biomedical Imaging Center says its study found the drug appears to remove the pleasure received from drinking alcohol.
Most of these patients were on fairly low doses of semaglutide, and that's important for thinking about long-term treatment.
Yet taking the drugs does come with the risk of side effects. The most common, according to Ozempic's website, include nausea, stomach pain, constipation, and diarrhea.
But there's so much that people need to know about the drugs that isn't in the kind of public debate yet.
The new trial is expected to conclude by September of 2025. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
And music makes people come together. 75 researchers from 46 countries made more than 300 audio recordings, either singing or playing traditional songs from their various cultures. Findings published in the Science Advances show songs were consistently slower, higher, and use more stable pitches than speech. Scientists speculate those differences evolved to help people synchronize and bond together through music. Doug is next with a complete look at your forecast. And later, a Lion golfer prepares for the Division II National Championship. Don Dales has that story and more later in sports.
Friday, May
Well, definitely not a bad Thursday for us today. We got the showers and thunderstorms last night, some more severe weather, and every Thursday our drought tracker, it updates, and with all the rain that we have been seeing across the region over the past couple weeks, most of us pretty much out of a drought. We're still a little bit dry, Ottawa County into Newton County, but most of us are looking pretty good. And we need to keep this trend continuing as we go into the summer months because, of course, we've been in a drought really for the past couple of years. All right, a few showers kind of skirting to our south. Here's our next wave. This also will shoot to our south as we go through the next 24 hours, but we're going to be on the northern edge and close enough that we will get some spotty showers as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. So you can see those chances, they're not high, go up as we get into the afternoon. Then as we go through the evening hours, they will start to taper off. All right, let's take a look at it. Isolated showers, southern counties tonight. We drop back into lower 60s. Let's go to about the noon hour, back into lower 70s. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies, and then watch our little pop-up showers hit and miss by Friday afternoon. So really, I would say 60 or 70% of the region stays dry, but if you get stuck underneath one of those little showers, it's going to rain on you for 5 or 10 minutes. As we go through the evening hours, they dissipate, then they're gone, and then let's head into the weekend. Big warm up, in fact. We'll start near 60 on Saturday, but check this out. We go all the way into lower 80s for highs Saturday afternoon, so the weekend's shaping up pretty good. All right, your Friday day planner, 63 in the morning, 75 by noon, high temp of 76, of course. We're going to be dodging those hit and miss showers. Let's go into our next bigger storm system. All right, so here's Sunday, 80s again, maybe even upper 80s in spots. Severe thunderstorms will get going out across central Kansas and try to work in late Sunday night. So we need to keep our eyes on this because we will at least have a low severe threat. These will push through Monday morning and then Monday afternoon, warm again as we go right back into the 80s. Then here comes our next system moving in on Tuesday. Cold front shifts through, and that will give us a chance again for another round of severe weather. So we still have a ways to go in severe weather season. All right, 76 for us tomorrow, 82 on Saturday, 86 on Sunday. Those thunderstorms Monday morning and then Tuesday afternoon. Another severe threat returns late next week, but temperature is pretty good through the period.
All right, it's starting to feel like summer out there almost. All right, thanks, Doug. Well, millions of people are expected to pass through airports this Memorial Day weekend. The TSA says the increased volume is a sign of what's to come over the summer. Fox News Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt has more.
This summer travel season is shaping up to be one of the busiest on record. The TSA announced on Thursday it's expecting more than 26,000 daily flights through Labor Day, a nearly 6% increase from 2023. Some days could see more than 3 million travelers pass through checkpoints. It all kicks off Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start to summer. The TSA is preparing to screen more than 18 million passengers and crew over the holiday. Officials say they are aiming to keep wait times at 30 minutes or less, promising the agency's new checkpoint technology will help streamline security for some travelers.
If you're a pre-check passenger in certain sponsoring airlines, you don't need to take out any credential at all. You just look at the camera captures your image and compares that image to images that the U.S. government has of you.
Still, most people plan to drive next weekend, with a record 38.4 million people expected to hit the road, according to AAA. But with gas prices up about 8 cents a gallon nationally compared to last Memorial Day, some folks say a plane ticket may be cheaper.
We just start to weigh the price of flying versus driving. I mean, if it's close enough, people are going to fly, I think.
AAA says Florida, Denver, and Los Angeles are among the top destinations for people traveling this Memorial Day. In Los Angeles, Jonathan Hunt, Fox News.
Well, coming up, a reason to whine.
California's wine grapes aren't selling like they used to. I'm Danya Backus with a look at a sobering trend for the wine industry.
McDonald's is hoping a $5 meal promotion will bring back customers who were scared away by recent price hikes. The limited time offer is slated to begin on June 25th and will last about a month. The deal will include a choice of a McChicken, McDouble, or 4-piece chicken nuggets entree along with fries and a drink. The wine industry may be facing a sobering trend. New numbers show a downturn. Danya Backus tells us why.
J.W. Moore Vineyards has been growing grapes for 130 years and distributing them to wineries across Northern California.
It's really neat to try to carry on the family legacy.
But operations manager Garrett Schaefer says that legacy is being threatened, and he's had to tear out 30% of his vineyards.
It's a really tough decision to pull out grapevines.
Growers in this area are facing competition from overseas suppliers, as well as a drop in demand.
A lot of the old timers around here that have been around for generations have never seen it this bad.
A new report shows wine shipments fell almost 9% in 2023. Stores are adjusting inventories as consumers taste change. Wine remains popular with baby boomers, but younger generations are choosing from a wider selection.
It's not like they don't like wine, it's just that they don't drink as much wine.
Wine analyst Rob McMillan says millennials and Gen Zers enjoy a variety of options, from beer and seltzers to newer trends like ready-to-drink cocktails or RTDs.
Certainly RTDs would take people away from wine and into something else. Consumers just drink across categories, much different than they did in the 90s.
Sunny day like today, this might grow over an inch or more.
Tom Davies runs a Northern California winery and says wooing younger Americans is key.
I think that's incumbent upon our industry to learn how we talk to this new generation.
It's not just the U.S. Global demand is also down, but wine does have the test of time on its side, enjoyed for thousands of years and surviving plenty of changing trends. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, a petition drive to audit the city of Carterville, Missouri finds its way to the mayor's office. That story up next. Well, the Joplin Public Library welcomes back a couple of familiar faces. The two kids on a bench statue, which was stolen nearly a year ago, has been replaced thanks to the Kiwanis Club of Joplin. The club facilitated the donation, making the replacement statue possible. While an arrest was made quickly by the Joplin Police Department and the suspect is awaiting trial, the original statue was never recovered. Although the new statue was installed yesterday, an official dedication ceremony will be held Monday, May 20th at 1 p.m. at the Joplin Public Library. Well, 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports is coming your way. We take a deeper look into the struggles behind recruiting teachers in rural school districts. Plus, toll road scams, what you need to know.
Tonight at
6 Most Watched News.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A petition drive to audit the city of Carterville, Missouri finds its way to the mayor's office. Carterville Mayor Alan Griffin says the audit would cost the city between $45,000 and $65,000. Citizens in favor of the audit say talk of audit costs distracts from the issue of years of alleged unexplained financial shortfalls.
Completed. However, it turns out the city is obligated to pay that amount, and we're, anticipating the worst. So $65,000, we've got to figure out how to come up with that kind of funds. And this last Monday, we had a finance meeting, and I've tasked them to look into our budget. It's going to have to come out of general fund.
And Griffin says he is not sure when the audit will take place. Well, if you get a text saying you owe money to a road toll collection service, be careful. Southwest Missouri's Regional Better Business Bureau warns it might be a scam. The message includes a link to settle your balance, which appears to be from a state toll service, but actually is not. If you click the link and provide your personal and payment information on the website, scammers could now have access to that information and you may have lost some money.
First of all, just do a quick inventory. Have you been traveling anywhere that would have a toll road? And certainly we always advise not clicking on unexpected links, unexpected attachments and emails, because you don't know where they're going to go. If you think that there could even be a chance that you missed paying a toll, go directly to Pike Pass, the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority. Go to their webpage, call, reach out to them to verify that. Don't click on those links in the text messages.
Now, if you receive a text message impersonating a road toll collection service, you can file a report with the BBB Scam Tracker. With the end of the school year, districts are looking ahead and preparing for next year. One issue is the recruitment and retention of teachers when it comes to rural districts. Chris Bryant looks into what those districts can do to help fill positions.
Finding teachers for some of our smaller districts in the state is challenging.
Just like every student is different, so is every school district. And growing your own?
May have gone to school there, or they have a family member or spouse that is nearby, so they're willing to teach in that area.
Isn't enough when it comes to filling open positions.
And the challenge has always been much, much lower pay. And thankfully, moving forward, we're going to see a salary increase that puts some of those smaller school districts into a more competitive setting or opportunity.
And so right now, I want to make Clever the most appealing place possible.
For the Clever School District, that's not only for those currently employed by the district, but for those looking for something other than a large district.
I really think, as a school district our size, is we have to look at all those needs, look at our whole staff, and try to work together for that greater good and for that goal.
Sometimes it takes being creative.
Just trying to find different ways outside the box of how we can continue to recruit teachers, but also keep those amazing teachers that we already have here right now.
It's important to create career teachers in rural districts and not allow them to become feeder schools.
I hate that idea that you start at a smaller school just so you can work up to a larger school. The students in those smaller schools deserve better than that.
While the focus is on recruitment across the state,
our existing teachers with 5-10 years of experience leaving the public school system. They're not necessarily even going to a larger district for a larger salary. They're just leaving education altogether.
The schools cannot do it alone.
That district is something that the community can rally around. It's something that the students can rally around, and it's an important part of what makes and defines what that community is or what that town is.
While teachers are working to make sure each student is treated as a person and not a number, districts are working on that work-life balance.
But then for teachers at some point, whether it's through messages or different things, they still have to have different hours to be able to put that down and still have a family.
At the end of the day, it's about the students.
We need to have qualified, competent teachers in every school district in the state of Missouri, not just in our suburban and urban school districts.
A bit later, no man or animal left behind.
Millions of people were forced to flee Ukraine when the war started, but countless animals were left behind. I'm Matt Finn in Los Angeles with details of some of the rescue efforts to save wildlife in the war-torn country.
Well, definitely not a bad Thursday for us today. We got the showers, the thunderstorms last night, some more severe weather, and every Thursday, our drought tracker, it updates, and with all the rain that we have been seeing across the region over the past couple weeks, most of us pretty much out of a drought. We're still a little bit dry, Ottawa County into Newton County, but most of us are looking pretty good. And we need to keep this trend continuing as we go into the summer months because, of course, we've been in a drought really for the past couple of years. All right, a few showers kind of skirting to our south. Here's our next wave. This also will shoot to our south as we go through the next 24 hours, but we're going to be on the northern edge and close enough that we will get some spotty showers as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. So you can see those chances, they're not high, go up as we get into the afternoon. Then as we go through the evening hours, they will start to taper off. All right, let's take a look at it. Isolated showers, southern counties tonight. We drop back into lower 60s. Let's go to about the noon hour, back into lower 70s. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies, and then watch our little pop-up showers hit and miss by Friday afternoon. So really, I would say 60 or 70% of the region stays dry, but if you get stuck underneath one of those little showers, it's going to rain on you for 5 or 10 minutes. As we go through the evening hours, they dissipate, then they're gone, and then let's head into the weekend. Big warm up, in fact. We'll start near 60 on Saturday, but check this out. We go all the way into lower 80s for highs Saturday afternoon, so the weekend's shaping up pretty good. All right, your Friday day planner, 63 in the morning, 75 by noon, high temp of 76, of course. We're going to be dodging those hit and miss showers. Let's go into our next bigger storm system. All right, so here's Sunday, 80s again, maybe even upper 80s in spots. Severe thunderstorms will get going out across central Kansas and try to work in late Sunday night. So we need to keep our eyes on this because we will at least have a low severe threat. These will push through Monday morning and then Monday afternoon, warm again as we go right back into the 80s. Then here comes our next system moving in on Tuesday. Cold front shifts through, and that will give us a chance again for another round of severe weather. So we still have a ways to go in severe weather season. All right, 76 for us tomorrow, 82 on Saturday, 86 on Sunday. Those thunderstorms Monday morning and then Tuesday afternoon. Another severe threat returns late next week, but temperature is pretty good through the period.
Yeah, a little bit warm for my taste, but pretty good. Thanks, Doug. Well, coming up in sports, Missouri Southern Baseball opens NCAA tournament play at home. Plus, Pittsburgh High School baseball tries to advance to the state tournament. John Dales has those highlights and more up next.
Missouri Southern Baseball begins NCAA tournament play this evening. For the second year in a row, the Lions host a regional, which means they're playing at their home field and need to knock out 3 other teams in order to advance. Lions' first game of the tournament, they face Harding at home in Joplin. We start in the first inning. Garrett Rice comes up to the plate. He drives one to center field with the bases loaded. That scores 2 runs. Lions begin with a 2-0 lead. We go ahead to the 3rd inning. Same score. Henry Kuziak keeps this ball fair down the right field line. Takes a long roll to the fence. Drew Townsend jogs home to score. RBI double for Kuziak. Lions up 3-0. Southern leads 6-0 at one point, but Harding comes all the way back. Sebastian Martinez singles to right field. Game-tying run comes in to score. We're tied up in the 9th. Now to the bottom of the 9th, 6-6 game. Garrett Rice hits this hard into the gap. Outfielder can't make the play, and Will Doherty hustles all the way around from first to score the winning run. Missouri Southern walks it off. Lions win 7-6. They move on to the winners bracket to face Arkansas Monticello tomorrow at 5. 5A Regional Championship at Pittsburgh State. Pittsburgh faces Baser Linwood. Dragons up 1 in the 2nd. Tucker Akins hits a line drive into left field. A run will score. Pittsburgh far from done. Later in the frame, Quentin Fears gets a base hit back up the middle into center field. 2 more runs score. It's 6-2 Purple Dragons. A couple batters later, Grant O'Doherty turns on one into left field. It's now 7-2 Dragons lead. Still in the bottom of the 2nd, Bo Pastor, using the wooden bat, cranks a home run to left field. Pittsburgh scores 9 runs in the 2nd inning and takes a 10-2 lead. Same score into the bottom of the 7th. Webb Fern on the mound. He gets a pop fly into right field. That ends it. Pittsburgh dominates the regional tournament. Purple Dragons win the semifinal and final by a combined total of 25-2. They're headed to the 5A state tournament. Playoff baseball here in Missouri as well. 3 of our local teams compete in district tournaments tonight, one of those being a championship game. We start with Nevada High School baseball, coasting past Knob Noster in the Class 4 District 12 championship. Tigers win 10-4. Their season continues in sectionals this Tuesday against Aurora. Over to Class 5 District 7. There will be a COC rivalry game in the championship. Webb City and Carl Junction both dominate in the semifinals. Cardinals and Bulldogs will play for the district title on Monday. That's a look at sports. Back with more news after this.
And KOAM News.
Ever since February of 2022, when fighting first broke out in Ukraine, millions of Ukrainians fled the country, leaving behind an estimated 100,000 pets, along with countless zoo and farm animals and other wildlife. Matt Finn shows us a new documentary highlighting the brave efforts to get these animals to safety as the fighting continues.
Since the start of the war in Ukraine, nearly 6.5 million Ukrainian refugees have fled the war-torn country. When the fighting broke out more than 2 years ago, people left with whatever they could carry.
Maybe they just grabbed the bag, grabbed, in some cases, their pet or their immediate possessions.
Still, many were unable to take their animals with them. House pets, zoo animals, and wildlife were abandoned and left to fend for themselves as bombs dropped around them. Nature, Saving the Animals of Ukraine, a new documentary airing on PBS, explores the effects of war on wildlife and the extraordinary lengths humans are willing to go to save them.
I was amazed about that those people, they were literally risking their own lives in order to save animals.
Documentary director Anton Patushkin spent time on the front lines as ordinary Ukrainians pulled off some remarkable rescues, including a cat discovered trapped in a ravaged apartment building 9 weeks after the attack started.
I spotted something moving, like a tail waving from the 7th floor.
The film, a unique look at the toll violence has on animals.
A lot of animals, they have been killed. Some animals have PTSD symptoms.
On the other hand, it highlights their resilience despite the horrors of war. A 10-pound Jack Russell Terrier, Patron, has a newfound purpose as a bomb-sniffing dog.
Patron's compact frame removes the constant threat of detonation.
As the war rages on, there's no true way to measure the toll of animals, but Patushkin says unsung heroes in the battle zone are doing everything they can to reduce suffering.
We've been blown away by the bravery of people who have been saving animals. It gives me some light of hope you know, you start to believe in people again.
The documentary director was so inspired, he made a promise with some of the rescuers to adopt a cat.
Well, John Wick fans, get excited. A new film is in the works. Details next in Hollywood Nation. A beloved Adam Sandler film gets a sequel. A new John Wick spin-off is in the works, and more. Here's Fox's Kristen Goodwin with the latest in the Hollywood Nation.
I am Conan.
O'Brien gets a renewal. Sandler tees up a sequel, and the John Wick universe expands in the Hollywood Nation. A new John Wick spin-off is in the works. Lionsgate announced the film will center on Donnie Yen's character, Kane, from John Wick Chapter 4. Yen will reprise his role as the blind assassin when production starts in Hong Kong next year.
All right, give me a club.
Adam Sandler is bringing Happy Gilmore back to the golf course. Netflix announced a sequel to the 1996 comedy is in the works, with Sandler reprising his iconic role as the short-fused golfer. Christopher McDonald will also return to play Happy's rival, Shooter McGavin.
You're making it so weird.
That's what I do.
Conan O'Brien will continue his adventures around the world. The comedian's travel show Conan O'Brien Must Go has been renewed for season 2. The series follows O'Brien on a journey across the globe, visiting fans he met through his spin-off podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Fan.
You're green.
Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande forge an unlikely friendship in today's First Looks. Universal unveiled the official trailer to John M. Chu's adaptation of the Tony-winning musical Wicked, featuring Erivo playing Elphaba and Grande as Glinda. The film, which tells the origin story of the Witches of Oz, will be released in 2 parts, with the first movie arriving to theaters November 27th.
Don't be afraid.
Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of the Houston Zoo's new bull elephant. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.
Closed captioning